The restaurant was silent for a moment, the kind of silence that grows when something unfair has just happened, but everyone is too scared to speak. At table 6, a man in a long white thobe leaned back in his chair, gold rings flashing as he waved a dismissive hand. "Not even for 1,000 camels would I want service from someone like you," the sheikh laughed loudly. A few men at nearby tables chuckled nervously. But the waitress he mocked didn't laugh. She simply stood there, holding her order pad close to her chest, silent. Too silent. And that's when the room began to shift. People sensed something was coming. But before we go deeper into this unbelievable moment, if you love powerful real-life stories that teach respect, kindness, and justice, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe to Kindness Valley, the channel. Now, let's continue. Her name was Amina. She had joined a restaurant only 2 weeks earlier, always calm, always helpful, always patient. She had never raised her voice, never complained, not even when customers were rude. But today, something in her eyes was different. A cold fire, the kind that appears when someone decides they will not be disrespected anymore. It all started when the sheikh walked in with his entourage, 4 men in tailored kanduras and 1 assistant carrying a leather briefcase. They sat as if the restaurant belonged to them, pushing 2 tables together without asking. Other customers moved aside. The staff whispered among themselves. Everyone knew this man was powerful and arrogant. Amina approached them with her usual gentle smile. "Good afternoon. How may I serve you today?" The sheikh squinted at her, smirked, then turned to his men. "Look at this," he said in Arabic. "They hire anyone these days. I bet she can't even understand half the menu." His men chuckled. Amina stayed quiet. She simply wrote down the requested drinks and went to prepare them. But when she returned to place the tray on the table, the sheikh pulled his arm back dramatically, as if insulted by her presence. "Why is she serving me? Not even for 1,000 camels would I let her take my order." He laughed loudly, expecting the whole restaurant to laugh with him. No one did. Amina froze, still holding the tray, her knuckles turning white. But she didn't cry. She didn't break. Instead, she took a slow breath and set the drinks on the table with steady hands. Then she did something that stunned the entire room. She replied, but not in English. She spoke in flawless, formal Arabic, the kind reserved for scholars and diplomats. "Sir," she said calmly, "I am here to serve with respect. But respect must go both ways." The sheikh's smile vanished instantly. His men stared at her, eyes widening. Whispers filled the room. The sheikh leaned forward. "So you know Arabic," he said softly, his ego bruised. "Is that supposed to impress me?" But Amina wasn't finished. Switching to French, she continued, "If Arabic doesn't impress you, perhaps French will. It seems you misjudged me before knowing anything about me." The customers near the bar gasped. A couple dining near the window put down their forks, staring as if they were watching a live drama unfold. Then, without pausing, she shifted into Spanish, her voice steady and confident. "You assumed I was uneducated, that I was beneath you, but you never asked who I was or what I knew." The restaurant was silent again, dead silent. Even the kitchen staff peeked out through the service window. The sheikh blinked rapidly, clearly embarrassed now. His men exchanged glances, unsure whether to intervene or pretend nothing was happening. But Amina kept going. This time, she spoke Mandarin, her tones soft but precise. "I've worked hard my entire life. I learned languages because I wanted to speak to the world, not to be mocked by it." And then she finished in flawless Italian. "When you insulted me, you didn't just insult a waitress. You insulted every person who works with dignity, no matter their title." The room erupted into whispers again. A couple near the center clapped quietly, afraid to be too loud, but unable to hide their admiration. The assistant holding the leather briefcase slowly lowered his eyes, ashamed. The sheikh sat frozen, his jaw clenched, his ego cracked wide open. For the first time since entering the restaurant, he had no words. Amina bowed her head respectfully. "Would you like to place your real order now, sir?" The sheikh swallowed hard. "Yes, yes, of course." His voice was soft, almost fragile. "And my apology." Amina nodded politely and walked away, but something unexpected happened behind her. The sheik turned to his men and whispered, "Make sure she receives a generous tip, and find out where she learned all that." For the first time, there was respect in his voice. But the moment didn't end there. When Amina returned with their food, the sheik stood up. The entire restaurant watched as this powerful man slightly bowed his head. Not much, but enough to show humility. "Thank you," he said in English, "for teaching me a lesson I will never forget." Amina smiled gently. "We all learned, sir." After they left, the restaurant erupted in applause. But Amina? She simply continued her shift, helping the next customer with the same warm smile she'd shown from the beginning. Because true dignity never needs a shout. It speaks 5 languages, and sometimes it speaks louder than power. If you enjoyed this story and want more inspiring moments like this, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe Kindness Valley. Your support helps us bring more powerful and meaningful stories straight to your screen.